is what has transpired in Parliament just an hour ago. It has so far been a fairly dull, vanilla session of the winter session of Parliament. But what has happened between Amit Shah and Rahul Gandhi, I want to show it to you, and we're also going to debate on whether this ends the entire vote chori campaign by Rahul Gandhi, or is it going to be the trigger of something else, especially because Rahul Gandhi is flying off on his latest foreign trip very, very shortly. And on the other half of our show, blood of 25 on their hands. The Luthra coward brothers are hiding and saying they are victims as well. It is the most shocking, most brazen level of entitlement and cowardice being displayed by these two young businessmen whose nightclub ended up being the tomb for 25 people. I have two politicians from Goa on the show tonight. Let's begin with our top story. Viewer, I have a very strong feeling that leader of the opposition, Rahul Gandhi, may have watched my show last night, where experts dissected just how unmemorable and unremarkable his parliament speech about electoral reforms was on Tuesday. Another wasted chance to grab public attention, and clearly something hit home because today a far more energized Rahul Gandhi actually turned up in the House. His intervention during Home Minister Amit Shah's speech triggered a genuine flashpoint and finally lit up what has otherwise been a pretty dull, tepid winter session of Parliament. The moment of the day was Rahul Gandhi daring Amit Shah, the Home Minister, to a debate on vote chori, and then dramatically walking out with the rest of the Congress and opposition just as Amit Shah was returning fire. I'll show it to you in a moment, because Shah was returning fire point by point in a ferocious counter-attack. Once again, Rahul's flash of energy was diluted by a walkout. Once again, the viewing public is left with the impression that the Congress asks questions but cannot handle inconvenient answers delivered by their political rivals. Yet there is no denying this. For the first time since the Bihar debacle, Rahul Gandhi looked like he had rediscovered a bit of his lost mojo. Ready to roll up his sleeves, ready to fight. But none of this actually matters tonight, viewer, because the only aftertaste of today is Amit Shah's heavy-duty rebuttal, and because Rahul Gandhi is once again flying out of the country next Monday. That's right, another foreign trip where he will miss 5 full days of Parliament at a time when he should be at least trying to set the agenda as leader of the opposition. This time he's off to Germany to meet diaspora and legislators as part of the Overseas Congress. His 11th foreign trip in about a year. A year dominated, as you well know, by electoral disasters for his Congress party. What justifies this foreign visit right now while this crucial session of Parliament is on? Who will deal with his rudderless, directionless, dispirited Congress cadres who are left picking up the pieces after every sudden burst of Rahul energy? What convinces a public that is now openly wondering why Rahul Gandhi always has time for foreign travel at crucial junctures, but never for full-time politics? His sister Priyanka Gandhi offered an unimaginative, rather predictable counter today. She asked, what about Modi, who spends so much time abroad? Except all of Modi's travels are official diplomatic visits as Prime Minister. None of them recreational or semi-official. And more importantly, he heads an election machine that wins. Let's be brutally cynical here. He heads one of the most formidable and intimidating election machines the country has ever seen. For Rahul Gandhi to earn the right to prioritize foreign trips, he must first defeat the BJP machine, not run from Parliament in the middle of a crucial session, because whether he likes it or not, Rahul Gandhi continues to feed every single adjective the BJP paints him with to destroy his brand. And as the Congress blames everything in the universe except itself, Rahul Gandhi has nobody to blame for this impression except himself.
Actually, let us have a debate on my press conference.
Yes.
Let us go.
Yes.
Let us have, very good idea. Let us have a debate on my press conference.
Okay.
Amit Shah ji, I challenge you.
विपक्ष के नेता महोदय कहते हैं
कि पहले मेरी बात का आप जवाब दीजिए, मैं सुनना चाहता हूं। आपकी मुंसफी से संसद नहीं चलेगी। मेरे आप बोलने का क्रम मैं तय करूंगा, इस तरह से नहीं चलेगी संसद। मान्यवर, उनको धैर्य रखना चाहिए, उनको धैर्य रखना चाहिए मेरा जवाब सुनने का। इनकी एक एक बात का जवाब मैं दूंगा, मगर मेरे भाषण का क्रम वो तय नहीं कर सकते, मैं करूंगा, क्योंकि मैं बोल रहा हूं। मन 3 वोट चोरी की घटनाएं बताना चाहता हूं। सबसे पहली घटना हुई आजादी के बाद देश का प्रधानमंत्री तय करना था। तय कौन करना था? तो उस वक्त के जितने प्रांत थे इसके कांग्रेस के अध्यक्षों ने, उनके एक एक वोट से तय होना था। अब 28 वोट श्री सरदार पटेल को मिले और 2 वोट जवाहरलाल नेहरू जी को मिले। और साहब प्रधानमंत्री जवाहरलाल जी बने। मान्यवर, और दूसरे प्रकार की वोट चोरी और नैतिक तरीके से चुनाव जीतना, ऐसी वोट चोरी भी भूतकाल में एक बार हुई थी। श्रीमती इंदिरा गांधी रायबरेली से चुनी गई। इलाहाबाद हाईकोर्ट में श्री राजनारायण पहुंचे कि चुनाव नियमों के अनुसार नहीं हुआ। इलाहाबाद हाईकोर्ट ने ये तय कर दिया कि श्रीमती गांधी ने उचित तरीके से चुनाव नहीं जीता है, हम इसको रद्द कर दें। मान्यवर, ये भी वोट चोरी थी, बहुत बड़ी वोट चोरी थी। और तीसरी वोट चोरी कहना चाहता हूं। तीसरी वोट चोरी का प्रकार मैंने बताया था कि योग्यता नहीं है और मतदाता बन जाना। अभी एक वाद पहुंचा है, वाद मतलब डिस्प्यूट पहुंचा है दिल्ली की सिविल अदालत में। उसमें डिस्प्यूट ये है कि सोनिया गांधी जी इस देश की नागरिक बनने से पहले मतदाता बने।
आगे सुनो, बोल क्या रहे, पूरी बात तो सुनो।
मान्यवर, मैंने इतना ही कहा है कि अदालत में केस चल रहा है जो फैक्चुअल है। अब जवाब तो उनको अदालत में देना है, सोनिया जी ने यहां क्यों दे रहे? अदालत में जवाब देना है।
जो हमने पॉइंट्स रखे हैं उसका जवाब नहीं दिया, एक एग्जाम्पल लेकर बोल रहे हैं, तो इट इज अ कंप्लीटली डिफेंसिव रिस्पॉन्स। आपने उनका चेहरा तो देखा होगा। इलेक्शन कमिश्नर को फुल इम्यूनिटी दी जा रही है, तो मतलब बिल्कुल।
Joining me live now, Pradeep Bhandari, national spokesperson of the BJP. Dr. Akriti Bhatia is a political analyst. She supports the Congress. But I'm going to start for a few minutes with Kapil Komireddy, best-selling author of Malevolent Republic, columnist, journalist. Kapil, welcome to all of you, first of all. Kapil, I'm going to start it off with you. I've set out all the facts. You've just seen Rahul Gandhi, a day after his speech yesterday, which was not received very well. It was seen as a wasted opportunity. Today he sends out a dare to the Home Minister, says, debate me. How do you view what has happened in light of the fact that Rahul Gandhi in a few days from now is flying off to Germany again, we're told, right in the middle of this parliament session? Kapil, you've written extensively about Rahul Gandhi and his politics. How do you view this?
I agree with you, Shiv. I suspect he watched your segment, and I fear but it wasn't enough to sustain the energy. He's done this thing where he went to the press and said that Amit Shah was rattled by my speech in Parliament. If he believes that Amit Shah was rattled, it's very odd for him to leave just when the government is rattled. That's when he needs to stay and put up a sustained opposition to this government. The contradiction is, Rahul Gandhi is not a very serious man. He claims that this government is an existential threat to India. But he never puts up opposition that is commensurate to that threat. Between 2015 and 2019, he averaged, we know, about 5 foreign trips a month. Every time there was an opening against the government, the man leading the opposition de facto or officially, was abroad. He was living, he went abroad. He never put up sustained opposition. So the opposition succeeded in losing every opportunity there. And if you believe that this government really is a threat, then you have to demonstrate to the Indian public the seriousness with which you are opposing this government. You can't be going abroad just before a state election. You can't remain leader of opposition after losing 3 national elections and dozens of state elections. But that is what is happening in India. So whenever Rahul Gandhi points a finger at this government and says, this is a dictatorship, this is a dictatorship, people look at him, people look at Rahul Gandhi and say that they see a real dictator there, a man who has remained leader of the opposition in spite of interminable defeat. I was looking up comparable democracies, Canada, the United States. I was looking at the foreign trips taken by the House Minority Leader in the US and in Canada, the leader of opposition. To the best of my knowledge, the leader of opposition in Canada has taken fewer than 5 foreign trips over the past 3 years. To the best of my knowledge, the leader of the opposition, the House Minority Leader, has taken 2 trips this year. As you mentioned, Rahul Gandhi has taken 11 trips. This is a man who claims that India is sinking. India is, this is extinction level government. And yet he is not there to provide leadership against that government. So this man's actions contradict his words. And I just don't think that if you really believe that India needs a serious opposition, you really must argue for a serious opposition if you believe that India needs a serious government. And what we don't have in India, our tragedy is not the existence, I keep saying this, our tragedy is not the existence of a strongman government, it's the absence of an effective opposition.
Very true. And Kapil, what do you put this down to? Many things have been said about Rahul Gandhi. He's an ad hoc politician. He places his personal pursuits above full-time politics. He's up against an election machine that literally doesn't do anything else except, plan for the next election. And his defenders will say, why can't a politician have a life? Except that, like I said, the Congress has just lurched from one election defeat to the next, so he doesn't really have a choice. What do you put it down to? Is it priorities? Is it personality? Is it entitlement? What is it, Kapil?
It's the absence of accountability. I think if he were being held accountable, if you lose an election and you have to face an internal electorate within the Congress party that shoves you out, then he wouldn't be doing what he's doing. The 2 examples I'll give you, Shiv, and this is not an exaggeration. You look at the King of Thailand, right? He wanted to amend the constitution of Thailand to be able to govern from abroad. And that's what provoked the series of intense protests against him. They have very strict rules against insulting the monarchy there. And similarly in Congress, if you insult the monarchy of the Congress party, you get chucked out. There is no accountability. If you don't turn up to work, I suspect your employers will act against you. But Rahul Gandhi doesn't turn up to work. He's terrible. His ratings are awful. But he nonetheless manages to remain at the apex of the largest opposition party in India. And the second example I'll give you is earlier this year, I was in Chechnya. And what struck me is the Kadyrovs, who have this horrible reputation. They are less brazen in their assertion of power than there are instances in India of the Gandhis asserting themselves. That is way more brazen than the Kadyrovs assert, the manner in which the Kadyrovs assert themselves. I'll give you one example. Kadyrov wanted to give power to his son, but he was, he had to temper the manner in which he did it. Because he had to take into account the public perception. But within the Congress party, the only person who was promoted in a period of a decade was Rahul Gandhi's sister. What qualified her to become the general secretary of the party? This is a family-run enterprise. Winning elections, the big mistake you're making as a conscientious journalist is you are looking at the Congress party as a political party. You're looking at its objective as winning elections. It's not. It exists to provide subsistence to one family. Its objective is to perpetuate one family's hold on the party. That is why when there was an internal election, rather than an honest, open election, we got a man born during the reign of the last British Emperor of India. Rahul Gandhi spent years saying he was the hope of the youth of India, and his proxy candidate is a man who is older than the Republic of India. And that strikes me as an insult, frankly. I'm not pro-government.
Absolutely.
I just competent opposition, Shiv, and that is what everyone who believes in Indian democracy should demand and expect. And it's very sad, very depressing that there are people in Delhi who will accept a monarchy if it's run by the Gandhis.
No, Kapil, absolutely. You know, your word stands for itself, especially because, and I take it very seriously, and our viewers do as well, because you've literally written this incredibly best-selling book that is a scathing commentary on the BJP and the Modi government. So when you talk about the Congress, I think nobody's seeing it as one-sided. But my final question to you then, Kapil, is that 2026 is a veritable buffet of big elections, right from the start to the finish. These are elections in states where the Congress is, relatively stronger, has a good footing, has comparably better organizational strength on the ground. Given the way it's been going this year and the last, how do you think things are looking for the Congress? Does it look like they are prepared to get battle ready, listen to voters, or continue to just blame things like vote chori and head into 2026? What do you think they're going to do?
Well, here's the thing. If they believe that votes are being stolen, they shouldn't participate in the elections, because by participating in an election that they claim is fraudulent, they're effectively legitimizing that exercise. So if they genuinely believe that the Prime Minister is sitting in his basement with Amit Shah and is rigging the vote, they shouldn't participate in it. They should boycott the vote. But the fact that they are participating in the vote means that they believe that there is a sincere competition. There is a possibility at hand of defeating or coming into power, defeating the government or coming into power. I think past this prologue, and I think based on what I've seen so far, the manner in which they've conducted themselves, the lack of accountability again, I'm not very optimistic that they are going to make serious inroads. Kerala is one state where they should really win. But once again, I've looked very closely at Kerala. And, there, I think Rahul Gandhi's man, K.C. Venugopal, is being projected, even though survey after survey shows that Shashi Tharoor is a more popular politician. So we'll have to wait and watch. But again, look at the past. Yeah. And I'm not entirely sure that the one thing I think I can say, I can hazard a guess, is that just before the elections, you can count on this, Rahul Gandhi will be on holiday abroad.
All I think of is the Congress cadres and workers on the ground who toil and labor before and during elections, and what they're going to have to do once again once Rahul Gandhi flies off, this time to Germany, sitting around in media studios and explaining his departure.
No one insults them more than Rahul Gandhi. Rahul Gandhi insults them every waking hour, because they put up, as you say, they toil in the heat and dust of India, and this man, at the first given opportunity, gets on a flight, flies first class, goes abroad, just disappears. And this overseas Congress event he's about to do, why can't he convene that in Delhi? Why can't they come to him? Why is it so important that he has to miss this winter session of Parliament at a time when India is going through so much, as he himself says? There is oligarchies rife in India, votes are being stolen. India is effectively lurching in the direction of a dictatorship. Why can't he stay here and fight? This is a strange time for him to be going to Berlin to meet people from other parts of Europe. It's a strange thing to be canvassing in Europe. It's a ludicrous justification, engineered, I suspect, by Sam Pitroda, a man who really should be superannuated, but the fact that he isn't, again, shows you how anti-democratic Congress is. There is so much wrong with this party, Shiv. And if you genuinely believe in Indian democracy, if Congress can't reform itself, it really should perish. And one of the things Congress is taken to doing is that if you don't venerate the party, if you don't say Rahul Gandhi great, then they start smearing you as a puppet of government or an apologist for the government. And this is pathetic. This is utterly pathetic. They're incapable of looking inwards, and they're not in the business of winning elections. They're not. In fact, Krishna Alavaru, the man who presided over the debacle in Bihar, said that winning election is one aspect of leadership. What exactly are they doing? Are they running a cinema company? Are they in the business of politics? It's bizarre. And this party will continue to let us down, because this party, as I will repeat it one last time, is not a political party in the standard sense. It is a family business that exists to perpetuate the hold of one family. And
Kapil,
that's
we'll
India's
leave it
plan.
there. Thank you very much for being with me. Thank you for your time. Hopefully, in the next 5 days, the Congress and Rahul Gandhi will change their minds, maybe cancel their tickets and decide to stay on in Parliament. I somehow doubt that's going to happen. Let's go straight to our guests and debate tonight. Pradeep Bhandari, once again, introducing them, national spokesperson of the BJP. Dr. Akriti Bhatia, political analyst, supports the Congress. Sanjay Jha, formerly with the Congress party, now a commentator. Welcome to all of you. Thanks very much for being with me. Akriti, I'm going to kick it off with you. The general sense is Rahul Gandhi managed to, light things up a little bit, throw out a challenge to the Home Minister saying, debate me one-on-one on all these things. We've got information on our screen about the big rebuttals from Amit Shah. But in the middle of all this, Rahul Gandhi is flying off abroad. Akriti, I mean, just think of how the public is viewing this. Akriti, you're on mute, I think.
Am I audible?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes. Shiv, I said I don't understand that when the PM, when he was not the PM and all his visits are actually iconic and are seen as, reflecting statesmanship. But when Rahul Gandhi is visiting any place, it's seen as tourism. I don't understand this hypocrisy.
In the middle of Parliament,
And
Akriti.
also,
In the middle of
there-
Parliament.
Something, Yes, so I'll also mention about there are tweets that are actually going viral listing 94 visits of our honorable Prime Minister, and most of them during the Parliament session, many of them at moments when there was national emergencies of different kinds, terror attacks and so on. So if this is not this is neither unprecedented nor irresponsible, because you also need to understand this is really misguided when you say that they're going for recreational or
No, I didn't mean all of them. This one we qualified why he's going.
Each visit and the agenda that were brought up. He was talking about issues of the big diaspora of blue collar workers in UAE and other places, questions of unemployment and
but it's a question of priorities, Pradeep. Pradeep, supporters of the Congress say, why does the BJP have a problem with Rahul Gandhi going off abroad in the middle of a Parliament session? How would you answer that?
Well, Rahul can go as many times as he wants to Bangkok, Thailand, or Germany. It's his wish. The people of the country have spoken against it in Bihar. But let me just quote what the alliance partner says. Now, Shiv, Samajwadi Party, the alliance partner of the Congress Party, and Sanjay Jha should be aware about it. At 2:19 p.m., Samajwadi Party senior leader IB Singh tweets that संसद चल रही है और नेता विरोधी दल विदेश यात्रा कर रहे हैं। देश की राजनीति को लेकर राहुल गांधी कितना गंभीर है ये किसी से छुपा नहीं है। राजनीति तपस्या है, तपना होता है, ना कि छुट्टी जाना और विदेश यात्रा में जाना। This is not what I am saying. This is Samajwadi Party saying. So clearly, if you see, it's their own alliance partner who are speaking about it. But Shiv, you recall what had happened in the past when Rahul Gandhi had gone to a trip abroad. He had met an anti-India lady called Ilan Humar, who does not believe in an integrated Jammu and Kashmir. You recall in the past when Rahul has gone on repeated trips, it has always been abusing Indian democracy. So there is some sort of an irony. On one hand, Rahul Gandhi and the opposition say they do not get time to in the parliament to speak. On the other hand, when the parliament is functioning, the leader of opposition, which is his primary duty to attend parliament, chooses to go on a vacation abroad. And on the point number two, the past precedent of Rahul Gandhi has always been, if you can show me any one visit of Rahul Gandhi where either he has not met an anti-India element or he has not abused the Indian democracy or Indian state, I would agree to it. So there is a pattern to all of it. And the pattern points towards one thing, that Rahul chooses his foreign trips over domestic political duty and domestic constitutional duty in 10 seconds. Rahul even has not attended swearing-in ceremonies of constitutional functionaries, constitutional post holders. So if Rahul does not have time for this, how is the man who claims to be the leader of
Sanjay, should Rahul Gandhi be going abroad at this time when he's trying to fight on the vote chori charge? He's literally challenged the Home Minister to a debate. Should he cancel Germany and stick around and, work on that entire angle?
Shiv, good evening to you and to both Pradeep and the lady on the panel.
Yes.
First and foremost, and I need to be a little honest with you here, what we should be discussing is not Rahul Gandhi going abroad, but I would love the BJP and especially the central government to tell the people of India, how did the Luthra brothers who are responsible
That's
for
my
the
next
Goa...
debate, Sanjay. Come on. That's my next debate at
No, no,
8:30. I invite
was
you to
not
stick
aware of
around for that.
I was
I
not
invite
aware
you
of
to stick
that.
around for
I was
that.
not aware of that. Let me finish. I would have loved to see the BJP because the BJP has done all the hullabaloo about Rahul going abroad. I've been part of this debate since 2011. Let me tell you this, Shiv, it's not going to change. That's a BJP playbook. But I would request Mr. Modi and his government to explain to the people of India, how did the Luthra brothers responsible for the death of 20
I am questioning them on that at
get their
8:30,
flight on
Sanjay.
time?
At 8:30, I request you to stay with me. I'm
Okay.
going to be discussing that. I did that yesterday
All
also,
right.
by the way. We are
Okay.
asking the Modi government, how did these guys actually escape? I have some shocking
Exactly.
information about that. Pradeep, you want to
Exactly.
answer?
And you know,
Sanjay says,
Shiv,
forget about
I can
Rahul
answer
Gandhi,
the Rahul-
answer about Luthra brothers. But I don't want to go into the Luthra issue, but you want to answer?
Well,
Okay,
Shiv,
can I
I
finish
can
what I
have a
was going to
30
say?
minutes debate on on Goa with you and with my dear friend Sanjay. But Sanjay, you for last 6 months were claiming about vote chori ho gayi, vote chori ho gayi, vote chori ho gayi.
Let me
Now, when
finish
the
what I
Honorable Home
started
Minister
on.
exposed you in just 90 minutes, you did not even have the tenacity to stay in the House of the Parliament because you knew that your entire falsehood is exposed. This is what is called real vote chori, Sanjay. You
Okay,
know this
Shiv, let me
gentleman
finish,
called Naveen
please.
Chawla? Despite the Supreme Court's objection and he having links with Sonia Gandhi's NGO, he was made the chief election commissioner. You know what is the real vote chori, Sanjay? This is Sonia Gandhi becoming the voter of India, even when she was not the citizen of India and she was a citizen of Italy. That is what you need to
Sanjay,
answer, on which even the Rouse Avenue Court has spoken, Sanjay. So do not divert. Just speak.
Sanjay, you've
Have you
just had
admitted
Amit
that
Shah. You've
entire
just
fake
had
campaign
Amit
has
Shah, and we'll
fallen
put
flat?
those pointers on our screen. Amit Shah has done a kind of detailed, rebuttal of many of the points. You might argue that some of those were rhetorical, but he's kind of put the ball back in Rahul Gandhi's court, and he's about to fly off to Germany. That is just very unfortunate timing. Surely someone like Rahul Gandhi can say, "No, I'm needed here right now." Sanjay, come on.
Well, Shiv, let me tell you, there are 2 points here. Rahul Gandhi's principal responsibility during this parliament was to bring to the attention of just not the parliament, but to the people of India on the 3 principal allegations that are the underpinning, shall we say, accusations against this government. The selection of the election commissioners, the CCTV footage, and the fact that the CEC is absolved from any legal proceedings.
even those
And
things
he's
were a little
highlighted
faulty,
that,
but you
and
continue
Amit
your
Shah.
point.
No, just let me finish. Amit Shah, since you mentioned his name, I'm seeing on social media, and as a Home Minister, Mr. Shah needs to apologize not just to Parliament but to the people of India for using a highly pejorative or a disparaging word during today's parliamentary
Sanjay, again
session.
you are lying.
I
He
think the
even
BJP is
himself pointed to
lowering the
the chair,
standards
and
of
that
public
word was
discourse
removed
in this
from the
country.
from the
Pradeep, let me
proceedings.
finish here. You're a friend. Let
Go
me
ahead,
finish.
go ahead, go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
I think the principal problem that I have with the BJP is that in the absence of any intellectual talent, they are making the public discourse puerile, pathetic, and very pedestrian.
No,
Rahul
finish your
Gandhi
point.
is
Finish
going
your point,
abroad
Sanjay. I want to
on
bring
work.
Akriti also in.
Yeah. No, I'm done. Rahul Gandhi is going on work. Mr. Modi has traveled.
No, but come on.
84% of the times
I am,
abroad.
I am I'm trying to be empathetic with voters out there, the public out there who genuinely believe, like as I do, that we need a strong opposition, and this seems to feed Akriti into everything that
No,
the
I don't
BJP says
think
about
that-
Rahul Gandhi, that he's very whimsical.
Today's
His priorities,
speech in
his foreign
Parliament
trips.
was again
Surely he
full
can
of-
cancel his trip and stay here.
Of course, if the Home Minister agrees for a one-on-one debate, I think he should definitely cancel and prioritize this issue. I agree on that.
Yeah.
But because today's address was definitely not addressing the key concerns that Sanjay ji also mentioned, the allegations that have been coming up about invalid addresses, duplicate entries, bogus ghost voters, a series of duplicate, and there are so many irregularities. One has to take all these allegations seriously. I mentioned this yesterday also. This is not a joke. And if Rahul Gandhi, what he says, where he goes, what he does is so ineffective and so insignificant, then why is the ruling government getting so threatened? Let him do what he is doing. If it is not effective, then why is it such a big issue? Clearly, it is effective.
Okay.
That it becomes a part of the prime time debates of what he is saying, and everything becomes centered around why is he going, where is he going, and he raises questions in favor of democracy. He's not basically questioning
And
or
just
abusing
when he's
democracy,
getting
he's
traction,
traveling abroad.
Akriti, the
This
point is,
questioning of
just
the
when he's
government
getting traction,
is
the
not
point
equal
here
to
is,
questioning
just when
India.
Rahul Gandhi is
He
getting
never abused India.
some measure
So
of
we need to
traction,
understand
some measure of
questioning
traction,
the
he gives
BJP doesn't mean
his
questioning
detractors the ammunition they need to brand him as not a serious politician. That is the point I'm trying to make. And he has a responsibility as leader of the opposition to use that traction to build a bigger narrative
that's what I'm
against the
saying.
BJP.
The
If he claims that
concerns
there is a
that he has
dictatorship
raised
happening
about the
in this
Indian
country,
economy,
he is
about
no longer
monopoly
just an MP, he is leader of the opposition.
If you look at his
Pradeep?
article yesterday, he came up with a very important piece on monopoly corporations and this whole indigo issue.
We highlighted
Also
that. We
related-
highlighted
there are
that.
so many. So he has been raising pertinent issues, integrity of institutions and the perception of institutions getting diluted or moving towards a centralization path is something which has to be taken up seriously. And
Okay,
it cannot
Pradeep.
be. You cannot go to the past of what Nehru did all the
Well,
time.
Shiv.
Nehru is not answerable at this point.
Okay,
Who is
let Pradeep
answerable is
answer
the
now.
current
Well,
government.
Well, Shiv, I believe that the Congress supporters take Rahul more seriously than Rahul Gandhi takes himself seriously. Now, what is the fact of the matter? I challenge my dear friend Sanjay Jha. If in the last 70 years when the Congress was in power, he can show me one instance where the chief election commissioner was not appointed by the governor but was a government but was appointed by a panel of three, I will definitely apologize to Sanjay. I challenge my dear friend Sanjay Jha if we can read out the ruling of the Supreme Court in 2023, where Supreme Court said that the panel decided by the government is absolutely constitutional and legal, and the election commissioner has to be appointed by it. I remind my friend Sanjay about MS Gill, who was the chief election commissioner, who was made a minister in the UPA government. I remind my dear friend Sanjay of TN Session, who fought on a Congress ticket. So let's not go about it. Another panelist asked that why is Rahul Gandhi important? Well, Rahul is not important. The fact that he's the leader of the opposition and he goes abroad and abuses the Indian democracy, says that he wants to fight the Indian state.
Okay.
Asked in an interview with Nicholas Byrne that US and European Union should intervene in Indian democracy.
Sanjay.
That is what is threatening.
Let Sanjay answer. You've raised a few points. Sanjay.
Question.
Shiv, this is not my response to my friend Pradeep, but to the viewers of your very popular program.
Yeah.
How can you have a dispassionate, impartial, and a fair chief election commissioner when you have two members, when Mr. Shah and Mr. Modi are going to decide by majority
was
because
the
the leader
election
of the
rigged when
opposition
it
is
was
in a
Sonia Gandhi
minority
appointing
as to
it?
who is it going to be? And to answer Pradeep's
Was Sonia
question,
Gandhi, when Sonia Gandhi was
Pradeep,
appointed
let me
election
answer you, my
commissioner, all
friend.
the elections
Let
were
me
rigged by the
answer
Congress.
you. Take a deep breath. Let me
Sanjay.
finish. He asked me a question as to what happened historically. The answer is very simple, right? There is an evolution of history. The selection process changed. And the Chief Justice of India recommended that the ideal way to do it,
Again,
unless
you
the
are lying.
government
After
changed
that,
the
there was a
law,
5-judge
would
bench
be a
headed by the Chief
CJI,
Justice
leader
of
of
India in
opposition and the Prime
2023, which
Minister.
said that what the center has
Why
made
are
as
you
a three-member
interrupting me,
panel is
Pradeep?
absolutely
Okay.
constitutional,
No, why are
legal
you
and valid,
interrupting
Sanjay.
me? I don't understand. Why are you interrupting me? Let me just finish. Shiv, if I can finish without
Finish your
Pradeep
point, finish your
interrupting
point.
me. You violated the principle of impartiality, which is exactly the issue that Rahul Gandhi and everybody in the country is asking. Why was Mr. Modi's government so paranoid that you wanted to choose the person you wanted as the chief election commissioner, which is why the credibility of that institution is damaged, just like the ED, CBI, and the income tax. You have made a mockery of democratic and constitutional institutions in the country. And the EC is the latest and the most flagrant victim of abuse of power. And that's your creation, my friend.
Pradeep.
Well, again, I believe my dear friend Sanjay is today very short on facts. I do not see that happening regularly on debate, but I believe today is that one rare instance. Sanjay, in 2023, a five-judge bench of the Supreme Court, headed by the Chief Justice of India, categorically said that a three-member panel formed by the centre and the government is legal until the time Parliament legislate. The election commissioner will be appointed by it. If I take your argument forward, are you telling me that Sonia Gandhi rigged the Indian elections when Naveen Chawla was appointed as the Chief Election Commissioner, and for 60 years when the Congress was in power, where the president on the advice of the government used to appoint the Chief Election Commissioner, all of that was rigged? And if you do not have the belief in the Election Commission, how is it that in Telangana you have in the Jubilee Hills bypoll the Congress party coming first? Let's be honest, Sanjay. You have a history of KV
I have an
Thomas,
answer for
whose
you.
appointment as the CBC. The
30 seconds. I have 30 seconds left.
I have a quick answer. I have a quick answer, Pradeep.
Yes.
Pradeep, I have a quick answer for you. If Mr. Chawla or any of the election commissioners under the Congress or the UPA government had done any misdemeanor, then the BJP would have been the first party to bring the house down. So that did not happen to
Sanjay.
Okay.
It's happening under
the
yours.
other election
Which is why
commissioners
the
also
opposition
wrote-
Akriti has been waiting patiently. Let me give a guys. Let's
Despite that, Sonia Gandhi overruled the UPA
Answer that.
government.
let me give Akriti the last 20 seconds. I'm completely out of time. Akriti, 20 seconds to you.
Just to reiterate, Shiv, that it's not about these technicalities, but about the idea of integrity and transparency and public trust that we have to bring in here centrally. And when you have two people from the government, and it's clearly a 2 versus 2:3, the vote, we know in what favor it is going, and we can't be talking about what was wrong in the past has to be repeated in the future as well.
All I'm going to say is
time to course correct, and this is something that it's an opportunity for us to strengthen our democracy
the constitutionality of the process.
all I'm going to say to end today is that there is politics, there are issues, but there is also perception. And on that last point, the points on the issues that Rahul Gandhi raised, we can debate them endlessly, as they have been in Parliament as well. On the issue of perception, it's a big fail. It is a big fail, and let's be absolutely unequivocal about it, because the BJP has all the ammunition it needs to destroy Rahul Gandhi's brand even further, as Sanjay Jha had written once in his book as well. He practically on a platter hands the BJP everything it requires to say, look, I told you so. He is whimsical. He has other priorities. He's a dynast. He's entitled. Everything comes before politics. That's what is happening today. So everything else just blurs into the background. Akriti, Sanjay and Pradeep, thank you very much for being with me.
Thank you.